Jaune was always an honorable man, but in order for him to have a fair chance in being a huntsman, he needed to train. All legal alternatives are gone thanks to his parents, and he had to forge his way in the most renowned academy, Beacon. He had to enlist Roman's help into forging his way in, but during his wait and stay with the criminal, he was able to befriend the criminal's mastermind's right-hand woman, Neo. Jaune, hey there, you must be Neo. Neo signs, hello, who are you supposed to be? Jaune then signs languages her in response, surprising her. Neo signs, you know sign language? Jaune signs, one of my little sisters is mute as well, I had to learn for her sake. Neo signs, that's nice of you. Jaune signs, since Roman is working on my papers, do you want to do something? Neo signs, like what? Jaune signs, I don't know, maybe take a tour around town since I'm practically new here. Neo signs, sure, why not, I've got time to kill. The two left as they toured the city. Jaune even had the decency to treat her to ice cream. Neo signs, you didn't have to. Jaune signs, yeah, but I wanted to. You seem nice. Well, at least nicer than people that I have met in my whole life. Neo tilts her head in confusion. Did he not have a nice childhood? Jaune sighs then signs. Jaune, everywhere I go people simply looks down on me simply existing because if my name. Neo signs, I know how that feels like. My family threw me away simply for being mute. Jaune then sits next to her. Neo signs, didn't anyone tell you you're pretty naive? Jaune signs, yeah, but strangers are friends you haven't met yet, at least that's what Dodon says. Neo signs, that's dangerous if taken the wrong way. Jaune signs, yeah, but you guys seem alright. Neo signs, we're criminals, Jaune signs, oh my name is Jaune Arc, short, sweet, and ladies like it. Neo signs, did your mother tell you that? Neo signs, did your mother tell you that? Jaune signs, no, my father did. Neo signs, then he deserves to be kicked in the balls. No offense. Jaune signs, none taken, he was never good with advice. The two just laugh things off. Then a bunch of clueless thugs walk in. Thug 1, hey there cutie, why don't you ditch the stiff and come hang out with us? Thugs 2, yeah, we'll show you a good time. Thug 3 was inching closer to her. Then Jaune steps up. Jaune, she's not interested. Thug 1, who are you potato boy? Thug 2, you talk a big game little boy. Thug 3, you better keep on stepping. Jaune, I said she's not interested, back off. Thug 1, you think you're tough boy. Thug 2, let's kick his shit in. Jaune tries to fend them off as he gets a couple of punches in. But he got jumped and was beaten to the floor, but having had enough, Neo jumped in. She quickly kicked their asses. One guy went for a swing, but Neo used the handle hook of her umbrella to trap the idiot's hand, then proceeds to dislocate his forearm. One guy went in for a tackle as she jumped over his head and hooked his collar, dragging his body down and hitting his head on the ground, knocking him out. The third guy tried to attack but was too scared to continue, then he grabbed his buddies and left. Neo signs, you okay? Jaune signs, yeah, nothing broken, just my pride. Neo signs, why would you do that? Jaune signs, criminals are just people who lost their way. Doesn't make you completely evil. You're a person too. Unknown to Neo, a smile creeps its way to her face. Neo signs, I wish more people were like you. Jaune signs, I don't know about that. Let's head back. The duo just leaves and returns to the club. Roman, where have you been? Jaune, just sightseeing, right Neo? Neo just smiles. Roman raises one of his eyelashes. Roman, alright, these transcripts should be enough to fool even the headmaster. So you should be good. Jaune, thanks Mr. Torchwick. Roman, just Roman. Mr. Torchwick makes me sound old. Jaune bows and leaves the club, waving goodbye to both of them as he disappears in the night. Roman, hey Squirt, what did you do? Neo signs, just made a friend. Roman, that's rare even for you, was he nice? Neo signs, he was nice, a bit too honorable. Roman, well, that's really rare in our world. Remember the guy, he will go places with that kind of attitude. Neo smiles as she skips away. Then some other blonde entered the club. Weeks later. After his transcripts is revealed, he was slowly ostracized by the academy. Even his so-called friends slowly drifted away from him. Weiss was immediately the one to leave, believing he doesn't deserve to be a huntsman. Second was Blake, uncaring for his good intentions, thinking he was a hypocrite. Doing wrong for the sake of right doesn't mean it's good. Third was Young, believing him to be untrustworthy. Then his own team were being exploited by strangers in the wild, and Kira, out of concern, knowing he will not survive their lifestyle. Only Ruby and Nora stayed with him along with Team CFY. But one day on a mission, as they were being overwhelmed by Grim, John elected to hold the line as the teams extract. As the teams enter the bullhead, the Grim were getting closer, fearing that they may not escape. Weiss overruled Ruby's authority and ordered the pilots to leave, with half of the teams agreeing to abandon John while the rest opposed the decision. As the bullhead enters higher altitude, the teams looked out of the window and saw John arrive to the extraction point, and he looked up. The teams were shocked that John was able to make some time for their escape, as he eliminated the Grim nearby, and the rest were still taking time to get there. They practically left him to die for no reason. John looks up at them. Only Blake, with her enhanced vision, could still see John properly. She looked closely at the empty look on his face as he closed his eyes. She was then shocked as he opens it. His eyes were filled with nothing but fury. The same eyes that Adam Taurus has. He then faced the Grim and prepared to die with what little honor he had left. John, D.I.E. He yells as he plunges a heavily damaged Crochet Moors into an Ursa's head. He then falls to the ground exhausted. He was close to passing out until he saw a figure approached him. You killed almost all of the horde, huh? Pretty gutsy move there, kid. You have spirit. Aga. John looks up to see a baby rabbit faunus in a sack. Well, the village could use another foundling. Hey kid, what's your name? John. I am no one, because I don't want to be anyone. Well, you will become someone, kid. This is the way.